Hi, so today we are here with David to find out more about his project. So to get started, could you please tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, so basically the main goal of the project was to investigate whether we can use modern deep learning techniques to more efficiently predict the movement of the stock market. And more specifically, I applied an LSTM model to predict whether the S&P either goes up or goes down over the next trading months.
Okay, and what are your results?
So in my particular setup, it turns out that both simple logistic regressions and more sophisticated modern deep learning techniques perform similar. In terms of accuracy, actually, all of the models look quite impressive, but then we also have to look at the data, and there was a significant imbalance in the data, and therefore the area under the ROC curve might be a better choice of our scoring metric. And actually, all of the models had an area under the ROC curve of about 0.5. Actually, it was a little bit more, but our results didn't look that impressive anymore.
And what do you think are the reasons for this?
I think first of all, our features might not contain enough information. And then, I mean, it's still a very difficult task to predict the movements of the stock market. And our input data is very noisy, and therefore it's really hard to generalize to different periods, especially due to the non-stationarity of our data. And I think what one could try is a Bubble transformation to first denoise the data, and maybe that might be helpful. I didn't try it in this project.
Talking about features and data, can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so basically I used daily price volume data of the S&P 500, and then I generated my features, which included rolling returns, log returns, volatilities, and trading volume. And by combining these features, I created 7 different feature sets.
Can you also tell us a little bit more about the model?
Yeah, so due to the sequential nature of my data, I applied an LSTM model. And in very simply terms, there is a cell state, and you can think about it as a pipeline where information can relatively easily flow through, but then you also have 3 additional gates which can further control the information flow in our model. And the first gate is a forget layer, where we can forget certain information of our cell state. But then there's also an update gate where we can add new information to our cell state. And finally, we also have an output gate where we can output a filtered version of our model.
To finish, what would you recommend others to work on a similar project?
I think first of all, I would try different input features. So I tried technical features. I think it's also worth to consider non-technical features, for example, fundamental accounting data as an example. But then you can also look at the problem differently. I looked at it as a classification problem. Either the market goes up or it goes down. But we can also use a regression and then sort our returns in different buckets and then try to predict bucket probability. And another option would be to look at different window sizes. I use daily data, but you could also use, I mean, many high frequency traders use milliseconds. So there are different ways to investigate, and I think it's a really interesting topic.
Okay, thank you.